let me say, a word in defense of reason in dialogue with faith.
Because faith is that proof. Faith unites us to that substance.
But reason, in order to realize its full potential, needs the horizons revealed by and truths contained in the faith. And not just any faith, but the Catholic faith.
We also, at the end of the day, need people to be able to be courageous enough to do these things and to be this way. And never has courage been more difficult than today when the world is so complicated and difficult and so on. And so I want to end with a couple of ideas about courage. Okay, let me let you read that and I explain. So I had the privilege once to go to Quantico, you know, where the Marine officer training is done, right? And you know, this is the thing that we watch in these movies where these guys are up all night carrying logs around in the pouring rain and navigating through forests in the dark without compasses and all these crazy things, right? And I asked the colonel who ran the thing, of course you're trying to weed out who you want to accept for officer training and who not, but beyond that, what skills you're trying to give these people. And he said to me, you know, at the end of the day, the only thing I'm trying to do is get these people comfortable with the reality of being uncomfortable. And he said it to me, and I'll never forget it. Because, of course, as far as he was concerned, he meant it kind of literally. He's training people. They're going to drop them into situations where people are going to be shooting bullets at them. It's going to be very confusing. It's going to be very frightening. They won't have perfect information. They will be extremely uncomfortable. And the first instinct as human beings when we're uncomfortable is to either freeze up, to panic, to run away. And none of those responses are what we need. And so what he says, what I'm trying to do is just say to them, it is uncomfortable. I understand that. I just need you to accept that and keep functioning. And I say it because to me, this is the metaphor for the 21st century. We're living in a very uncomfortable environment. It changes too quickly for us. Culturally, it's very challenging for us. We don't always feel happy or at home in the groups that we're in. And too many people are shrinking from that, unable to cope with that, floating along with that, panicking about that. But we need you to have the kind of courage that you will be comfortable to keep operating in environments that are very uncomfortable. And here's the last idea I also want to share with you about courage. I'll let you read it and then I'll comment on it. Okay, everybody recognizes this guy, yeah? Nelson Mandela. So I remember, most of you don't, but I remember when this guy came out of jail. And I remember those weeks watching this guy on television. And he seemed to have it all. Such incredible natural charisma, such self-confidence, such grace. And at a certain level, I was probably thinking to myself as I looked at him, you know, well, of course, that's why he can carry off what he does, because he has all these terrific gifts, and I'm just a schlub. And, you know, that's the way it is. And then about a decade later, I remember reading his autobiography and coming to this, and it was like he punched me in the mouth, you know? Because I felt in a way he was saying to me, okay, my friend, you think that I was successful because I had all this self-confidence and all this ability to operate? No, look, I'm sorry. I was afraid too. Everybody's afraid. The only people who aren't afraid are the narcissists. And we have too many of them anyway. You know, I'm here to tell you that we're all afraid. And so the issue is not looking at those who have no fear and complete self-confidence. Rather, the issue is, can we find it within ourselves to do what we know we need to do, even though we don't have all the self-confidence and gifts to do them? Okay, my very last point, and then I finish. You know, at the beginning of the talk, we all played this little mental game, right? And I asked everybody to think of the names of leaders. Well, now I'm finished, but I remind us of that game, and I hope that everybody will please think of your own name first. When I say that we need smart, virtuous, dedicated people who are willing to suck it up and role model some very different concepts about leadership in a society, in a country, in a culture that has many beautiful and wonderful and great things about it, but also has a lot of pain and is in need of some great leadership. So thank you very much for listening.